might say there are two types of travelers, those who do package tours and those who travel independently. In reality, it's much more of a spectrum. And to be clear, there's no right or wrong, there's only what's best for you. You may have already made up your mind which side of the spectrum you fall on, but I want to take a moment to examine the pros and cons, so we can just be sure that we're not defaulting to one option when another would actually serve us better at this point in time. As with any life choice, there are a series of trade-offs here. When it comes to travel options, the main trade-offs include budget, ease, and customization. For example, let's say money is not an issue. Maybe you saved up adequately for this particular trip. But maybe you work 70 hours a week and have no time to plan. This would put you on one end of our spectrum, where a tour or an all-inclusive package might be best for you. You might want to hire a travel agent to come up with your custom itinerary and find you a private guide to take care of logistics on the ground. Clearly, this amount of customization and service is going to be the most expensive. The trade-off is cost. Of course, option one is also not available to all of us. Maybe we can afford to live a life of luxury in Vietnam, where I am now, but we're planning a trip to Switzerland. So we have to take a look at more budget-friendly options. If budget is a big constraint for you, but you have the time and the willingness to DIY your trip, now we're on the other end of the spectrum. You don't have the convenience and ease that comes with hiring a travel agent or a private guide, but you can create your own custom itinerary. Again, if your highest priority is saving money, just be prepared for the trade-offs, which means more research, planning, sacrificing convenience to pull it off. Jen and I definitely started our nomadic journey on this side of the spectrum, when we were fresh out of 2 years of volunteering with the Peace Corps. There are still plenty of options, and I would recommend checking out my book about unconventional budget accommodations for ideas. Our trip planner workbook is also an affordable tool to help you piece together an ideal itinerary with less overwhelm. Nowadays, we fall somewhere in between these two sides. If your budget isn't too tight, you have some options to consider in this middle part of the trip planning spectrum. Namely, how much research and planning do you actually want to do? You're still mostly traveling independently and building your own itinerary. You could use our trip planner workbook or something like it, but you can access some additional resources here to make things both easier and more special. So ask yourself this: are you willing to trade a little bit more of your money in exchange for a shortcut? And by shortcut, I mean hiring a guide, booking day tours, or paying for special experiences. If you're in this middle category and you don't have the funds or the desire to have someone else take care of your whole trip experience, but you also don't have the time or energy to figure out all the best things to do and how to do them on every single day of your itinerary, then this is where you should look into paying a little extra to book a few done-for-you activities where all you have to do is show up. I'll share more about how to strike the right balance for yourself and how to choose the best things to do and places to stay for your trips in future lessons, so be sure to check those out.